Welcome back, Kiwi Yonkers and all other folk to Sunsaw Gaming. So today I'm going to show you 3 matches, and these matches I played yesterday, and I'm hoping that my thoughts and my processes through these matches and how I play them helps you guys make decisions for your own battles when you're out there playing World of Tanks. Now, these are by no means the best battles out there at all. But they do go over my thought processes, why I do things, and just bear with me, my controls are not the greatest. I've not been playing a lot recently, just due to control issues. My thumb's sliding around on my touchscreen and not being effective. And it's also why I haven't been releasing as many videos as I'd like. But today we're driving the cavalry. We're going to call it the cavalry because I can't pronounce the bloody name of this thing. And we are with Meadsy 69. So we're on Winter Malinovka here. First thing I've done is I've looked at the enemy lineup. Now, I could go the heavy route, but it's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to go the medium route because they have 3 heavies to our 2 heavies and 3 mediums. Right, we've got 2 tank destroyers, and I'm going to try and utilize them. So I'm actually going to go out the medium route with my team. Now, if I was on a slower heavy, I would have taken the more direct path and gone right and down through that little channel there, where you will see Meadsy pop out of in just a moment. Straight down through there, that's where I would go if I had a slower heavy. But because I didn't, and I wanted to get out wide, you can see our mediums are being very, very aggressive here. So I'm going to pull myself up into a central position, and by coming into this position in a tank that doesn't have very good gun depression, I'm not looking for shots, but I am looking to light up the enemy. And that's going to happen in just a moment. There's a KV-4, and there's a very, very nice shot from Meadsy. And that's all I was trying to do in this position, was spot these tanks for my teammates to get shots at. Now, I'm not too sure what our second heavy is doing there. He's kind of sitting back with Meadsy, trying to be a tank destroyer. And you can see, these guys have pushed up very aggressively, and I've taken their attention into the central location. Now, the Centurion 7-1 is going to try and flank, so I'm just going to leave this position. There is a second heavy here, and we do have fire going down that middle channel. So I'm just going to come over here and stop this guy from getting cross shots on our guys that are still out in the field. While our mediums are up the top, they are doing a flanking job. They don't have much attention on them at all, and that's because I was the first tank lit. I put myself into that central location and I got the attention of the enemy tanks. So I get a nice shot there into the unsuspecting Pantera, who is running away from our medium push. Great work from these 2 Centurions. They are focusing fire, they are working together as a very good team. Kudos to them. Now, I get unlucky there and only take that guy's tracks off, but again, Meadsy and his tank destroyer has now pushed up with the heavy to the middle channel since I had all these guys distracted this way, and he's just been putting out the damage. And that's all I'm really trying to do here, is distract the enemy enough that our flank and our tank destroyers can get those vital shots in and do the damage and get the kills. Driving a heavy tank is not always about doing damage. It is about being a major inconvenience to the enemy team, and that's exactly what I've done here. I've pulled their attention around multiple different ways with my movements, and my team has just capitalized on that and absolutely cleared them out. Now, unfortunately, Meadsy cleared that guy and I wanted to put an HE into him, so we're just going to try and HE this guy. Yeah, we'll put it through his space armor, but we did get a fire. And that's all you have to do in a heavy, guys. Just, if your team all goes one way, just take a central position, light up the enemy, wait for the cross shots, stop any flanking maneuvers that they may try to pull on your team, and just wait for your team to do the work. Do the work for you. There we go, we get top 2 damage on the team. Great damage there by Meadsy, and very, very good cover fire. Now, that is effective use of a team. I mean, even Meadsy in that one, he was using that second heavy's hit points to his own advantage. And now, I got 1000 spotting damage there, so effectively I done like 2800 damage instead of 1700. Now we do go into a second map here. We're on Castilla, and I am driving a tank destroyer. Meadsy, once again, is in a tank destroyer as well. He's just driving the tanks that people on his stream are asking him to drive. Perfectly fine. But again, we have one of these situations. They have 1 medium to our 2. Well, our 1 medium, 1 light. There's 3 tank destroyers on each team. 3 heavies on theirs. So I'm not going to do the usual tank destroyer thing here, and these are things that you can get away with in your tanks when the team lineups are right for it. Now I'm actually going to push with our medium up to that hill because the enemy team only has 1 medium. So if I can get up there and lend a hand to our medium and our light tank on this hill, then I'm essentially making it so as we massively outnumber this medium tank on the enemy team, which will give our team the advantage. As you can see there, none of our heavies have gone to the heavy route, which is never a good idea on this map. You want that heavy route, you want this hill, you want to create that crossfire. Anyway, I am going to pull up here and I'm going to hopefully get a shot into some of these heavies that are trying to cross over. I can see that their medium tank is down there as well, so I don't have to worry about him being up this hill, because I have no idea if that blind shot hit, by the way, but their medium has not come up this hill, and I know that because I've now seen him over on their heavy side of the map, so I'm pretty safe up here. Now, I've got no shots here, my team are not lighting anything up. It's pointless sitting here. This is a worthless spot. Now, that KV4 here is down low, there's no way I'm going to get a shot on him. However, there is 3 TDs, and what do TDs do? They tend to sit on a TD ridge. So I'm just going to have a quick look out here and just see if I can light them up, because if I do, I might be able to cause some disruption in the enemy team. Now, they're not there, but there is a smasher, and I completely fluffed that shot. I didn't lead him enough, and that's one of the issues I have with my controls currently. I can't aim correctly or drive correctly for that matter. I have difficulty turning, doing lateral movements basically. But the smasher, he is about to get punished. So we fire that shot and I have no idea where that went. I think it went under his tank. I don't know, RNG screwed me a little. But my medium tank, he's taken some hits and he's out of there. He is gone. And again, RNG gets me. I clipped the edge of the dirt there. It's very unfortunate. Now, if I didn't miss those shots, we probably could have won this game. Well, those shots and many, many other shots. But you can see, we've got our tank destroyer back there, Meadsy. He's still with one of our heavy tanks who is being absolutely useless. I mean, he's not really doing that much. But he is back there, and Meadsy's, again, using that heavy as his hit points, as his cover. He's trying to do the best he can, using that guy's hit points to hold off the enemy advance. Now I finally get a shot into the smasher, which is great. I'm just going to wait for him to aim up a little bit and then pull back, and there we go. He fluffs his shot. So I'm just going to drive down here now. I am outnumbered, but I do still have that medium alive, and he is going to be giving me cover support. He's gotten himself into a very solid position on that hill behind me. I don't quite manage to be able to get that shot there on the smasher. Now, I am going to deal with this TD. He is a one-shot. I don't mind taking a shot from him. Hopefully I can bounce a shot. But, I mean, he does put that shot through me. He does low roll, though, so I'm happy with that. Now, that smasher, he has just fired. So I'm going to turn around. I'm going to help him out because, yeah, our medium is picking him off. But all that smasher has to do is get lucky, and that medium's out of the game. So I'm going to pull up here. I'm going to give our medium a hand. We're going to clear the smasher. I get caught on the building there a little bit, but we do pick up the kill on the smasher. So now we're just going to pull out. We're going to try and finish off that heavy tank that's on the hill here, and if he stays in this position, my RNG being like it is, I probably would have hit the building, but he pulled back. I get the nice shot into him. Now I'm not going to go left here because I know the enemy tanks are all down there and they can get shots at me through the building, so I'm just going to come right. I'm going to head down this passage where it is safe to advance, and that's a big thing. Just making different little changes to your movements like that can save you hit points. Now, I can't see these guys just yet, and there is an AT-15. Now, that's a very dangerous tank to me. He's got a much higher DPM, and his armor is, you know, decent enough. I can go through it with premium rounds if I want to, but I like my damage. Now, I do get another shot into him. He gets another shot into me. I'm now a one-shot to him if he max rolls. But, I mean, in saying that, if I get a max roll, he's a one-shot to me as well. I do have a max roll loaded. So, hopefully I can finish him off. Now, I get distracted by that Jagdpanther, and the Eagle 7 over there gets a nice shot into the side of me. It does bounce though, which is very lucky for me. If that didn't bounce, I mean, I could have lost. I could have died quite easily. I mean, as soon as that happens, that AT probably would have pushed on me. But because he didn't get that shot and that AT did not push on me, I'm still alive. I'm going to relocate back to this heavy and use his hit points the same way Darren was earlier. I mean, the guy's not doing very much. He's in a very, very slow heavy, and he went the wrong way at the start. He could have had heavy support, he would have had TD support, he would have had all the support he needed to hold that hill, but he didn't. So I'm going to hopefully use his hit points there. I know the Jagdpanther's up on top of the hill, so I'm just going to pull up this hill here and hopefully get a shot into that Jagdpanther and finish him off, because at this point, he's a very dangerous player on that hill. And there he is. Let's hopefully get the shot into him. But no, our teammate does manage to clear him. So that's perfectly fine. Now, we're down to a minute left in this match. 1 minute. There are still 3 tanks to clear. My heavy, I'm not relying on him very much at all. But the way with my RNG has been going this match, I'm not really relying on myself either. Now, I aim up a shot into this KV-4, and I hit the bottom of his tank. Not even the bottom plate where the shell would have gone through. I hit the bottom of his tank, and it bounces. But he doesn't want to know me, so we're just going to finish him off nice and quick, right there. Now, I could have won this match if I did not miss these next 2 shots. Unfortunately, I do miss them, thanks to my unfortunate control issues that I have with my touch screen at the moment. I mean, this shot here, this was purely my own fault. I snapped that shot instead of pulling around the corner like I should have. But I didn't know where that AT was. I didn't want to risk getting shot by both of them. So, I mean, this AT, he's going to pop up on my right here. I am going to get the bounce, and I'm going to go for the shot, and again, I completely miss. But managed to draw the match with 4 kills. So, I hope my thinking at the start of the match, which is really what I wanted to show you there, was the reasoning why I went up on top of the hill with my tank destroyer. And I mean, look at that. Between myself and Meadsy there, we got 5,000 damage and 4 kills. And he done an amazing job to last as long as he did with the team doing what they done. And basically, I mean, I flanked the enemy. It's what I done. My team couldn't hold out for long enough for it to be effective, and my shots were missing, otherwise I would have got there sooner. But that was the thought process for that match. Now, we do have another one here, Falls Creek. Again, I'm in the WZ. Meadsy is again driving the 152 there, and I'm gonna do something different again. Now, I'm not doing standard gameplay. That's not what these videos are about. I don't want to show you standard gameplay. I want to show you basically the minor maneuvers that you can do. Now, we've only got 1 medium here, so I expect their 2 mediums to charge this guy and try and take him out. And I'm going to use my TD like a medium, go with this guy and try to cover him. But, I mean, that doesn't work out when he just sort of YOLOs into the middle of the field. So, I am going to, however, hold this side of the map, because I don't want the enemy team flanking my team. On a map like this one, it can be very, very dangerous for your team if you do not control the field. I get a nice shot into the AMX M445 there, who backs off, and I mean, looking at the enemy here, they are not going hard out to the right hand side of this map. So I'm in a tank destroyer, I might as well. They're not going over there, I can get over there unspotted. Now, if you look at the minimap there, you'll see that Meadsy is being very, very aggressive as well in his TD. He's gone into a very forward position so as he can shoot out into the field, and their heavies can't push down on him because he has 3 heavies and another tank destroyer behind him giving him cover fire. So, smart move on his part, and it works out very, very great for both of us. Because with what I do and what he is currently doing, we managed to get a mean little pincer onto this enemy team. Now, he's cleared one of the main obstacles in his way just there. And I'm going to pull up here. Hopefully I can get some shots into the side of enemies like this AMX M445, who is pulling back straight into my shot range. And Meadsy hits him as well, so we double tap the crap out of him. He just lost over 1,000 hit points in a second. And we're going to finish him off there with an AG round. Thank you to whoever tracked him, it made that shot so much easier. Now, I have noticed that there is a Leo who was looking at me just a second ago, so I'm going to pull down off this hill, and I'm going to get aggressive here. I'm going to pull in here, I'm going to swing around this corner and hopefully I can clear him without being shot at, which is exactly what I've done. He was not expecting me to pull forward and be aggressive like that in a tank destroyer. Now, we do have these two Borsigs sitting here at the back. I've got Meadsy and a heavy tank pulling around. Now, Meadsy has taken a lot of damage at this point, but he is using that heavy tank's HP. And the element of surprise here, he's going to pop up on the back of this, and hopefully he clears the Borsig. He fires, he misses unfortunately, but that's okay, because these Borsigs, they're worried about our heavy tanks. They're trying to get the damage, instead of worrying about the tanks that are going to kill them, like myself, like Meadsy. They're not paying us any attention, and because of what we've done, we've played very unconventionally in our TDs. We've frontlined these things. I played mine like a medium, he played his like a heavy, and the enemy team didn't see it coming. But we'd done it with the knowledge that we knew where the enemy team was, we knew where our team was, we knew what cover we had, and we knew what we could get away with. And these are the sort of things that you need to be aware of, and we made all of those sorts of decisions at the start of the match just by looking at the enemy team's lineup. Now, I get another 4 kills there, and again, between us, we get, what, 4,000 damage at tier 8, which is pretty decent. I mean, it's not great, but it's about the teamwork, and it's showing just what you can do in a team if you read the enemy's lineup, and you make sure that you use your team effectively. Now, our team could have been absolutely crap, but they pulled through, they'd done their job, and they covered us as much as they could. So, I mean, you saw my thought patterns there, you saw why I made the decisions that I made, and, I mean, we got 2 wins out of the 3 that I just showed there. One of them was a draw, which was most unfortunate and completely, well, no, not completely my fault, but, I mean, I could have won it if I didn't miss so many damn shots. I hope these videos help some of you. If they don't, if you've got any questions, feel free to hit me up on Discord, ask your questions. Join Primetime, we train people. NA, EU, Asia, hopefully Russian server soon too. Until next time guys, stay safe, use cover, cheers.